Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a little bit more work on our Acura V6 swapped Porsche 944 race car. Where I left off in the last video, I had gotten the motor installed, but today I need to get that front suspension reinstalled, get that all buttoned up, as well as make some coolant lines to get the coolant from the back of these cylinder heads up to the front. So I'll show you how I'm handling that. And lastly, I'll probably take care of a little bit of the original 944 wiring harness, get rid of that since I'm going to be putting in all new stuff. So let's get into it. All right, let's see if we can get this control arm bolt. Let's get the control arm mounted to the cross member here. Can a guy see? Oh, yeah. Ah. Get a washer and a nut on the back side. Not going to tighten that down yet. Since we have it through, we're not worried about that alignment. The next step is going to be to get the back of the control arm mounted to the body here using what's called a caster block. All right, next I need to get the tie rod end into the spindle. This is going to be for our sway bar. That'll be after I get both control arms back on though. There we go. Suggestion? Wait a minute. Hang on a dang minute. Is this tapered? Don't be an idiot. Idiot. We're going to cut that part out. She's snug. I'll put the sway bar on at the end there. Time to go to that side. Got it close there. Oh. That's pretty close right there. Just a touch more. Sporty. All right, my next step is going to be to make some room for these coolant lines. I've got the original 944 wiring harness coming to the engine compartment here, and you can see the fuel injector plugs, and I've got the AFM plugs and everything like that. I'm not going to need any of this. We're going to be using a micro squirt harness as well as the OE Honda stuff on there, so none of that's going to be needed. I want to get this kind of cleared up, make a nice clean space for me to start working on this coolant line, so I'm going to see if I can get this removed and back inside the car, which I'll obviously be removing. So time to make some space. Oh yeah. look at that. That's the whole computer right there. All right, unfortunately, I can't tell what every wire is under here that's coming through the firewall, so I'm just gonna have to go underneath and see if I can kind of figure out what each one is. See if they're gauges. I don't want to cut any wires I don't have to if I'm gonna reuse them for gauges and whatnot. So I'm gonna see if I can just kind of isolate them and make that decision once I figure out what each one's for, before I just go chopping away. God, I don't even know if I can get under here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Head first. Ow! Head first. Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to get back out, I can tell you that much. Oh my God. Is it too late to abort? Oh, I'm so glad there's so many self-tappers down here. That's fun. Is that good? Oh, look at that. All right, all these colorful ones I was worried about are going into one red wire. That's excellent. I'm gonna guess that's a power lead to a bunch of different things at once. It's a little bit thicker gauge of a wire than clearly the small ones like the gate, the instruments gauges. And yes, it's going to a power distribution block. That's great news. That's clearly a master on, but again, this is for 944 stuff, original 944 stuff, so we're cutting that. All right, that's gone. All right, so that should be every wire from that loom. The rest are from the battery location and probably the master switch into the power distribution, which we don't want to disrupt. There's a couple more black wires in here, but I assume these are actually all my gauges, AFM, stuff like that. Those can stay there. But yeah, the whole harness should be able to go. All right, thank God. See if I can get out of this thing now. Oh my God, this is not gonna be easy. Also, the roll cage is so tight to the body, I can't even use it as a jungle gym to get out. I'm gonna have to like wedge my shoe against the ceiling. Oh God, why did I get so fat? Can I use the dash? No. Can I hook my legs out? Sorta. Lots of sharp edges under here. This is gonna hurt tomorrow. Don't squish your fingers in the door. Ow! All right, I got a seat. Can I hook a leg on a door? Ooh, careful. Don't whack the Mustang. Ow! Ugh. All right, progress. Can I open the door now? Piece of cake. That was a breeze. Okay. Easy. Should be able to pull this right out now. And that's it. Look at that. Definitely gonna end up taking apart this harness here. I'll probably chop this all up, and then just so I can keep this grommet. It's a really nice factory grommet. It's an oval shape with a nice flange on it, so I'll want to be able to keep that to reuse for my micro squirt harness. So I will put this aside for now. This is the fuel damper or whatever, I don't know, what the fuel regulator or something. Fuel stuff for the Honda. And I need to keep this around. I'm just gonna see if I can tuck this somewheres. The original mounting location for this is here, but I broke one of the studs off like an idiot with my gorilla strength. I just need this to stay out of the way for now. All right, now we got a nice clean space. But now I can start to bolt up my P2R pieces here. It's not gonna be finable. Still gotta go get some gaskets for that. But I can slip those on and start to run lines. I know this is the passenger side. Look at that. That's so nice. So nice. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Tilt that guy over. All right, that'll go like so. Let's bolt up the other one loosely. All right. And this guy We'll go like so. Look at that. Damn, that's nice. This is going to be our manifold essentially for where the two water lines come together. We're making a Y. This will rest right down here on the frame rail. We'll get some clamps and end up being able to bolt that down right on top of the frame rail right here. My two lines will come from there. So we're just going to remove this. We're going to end up screwing this in here. Yes, it will have an O-ring, I know, it's just fitting stuff right now. Just like that, it's going back towards the firewall here. These two lines will come up, around, and they'll mate up right here. What I need to do next is kind of do an eyeball measurement of my two braided lines coming around this way. This is my fuel line. I don't know if they run a return, but this will end up going to the back into this guy. That's probably the return right there, actually. And this is the fuel inlet, which will be replacing that. Good thing it's broken. And these will come up around there. Pretty cool. All right, so already I can tell what I need to do is put one end in before I try and eyeball the second one, because I'm gonna really need to bend this stuff, and I don't want to guess and be off by 3 inches. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and connect it to the fittings here, and then I'll be able to kind of more manhandle this stuff to get up to where I'm happy on this side. There you go. That is one complete line. I can go put this in the car and get the length for the other hose. So let's bring that. Oh, almost blew it. Almost blew it. There we go. One more finish line. There we have it. Both cooling lines to the Y pipe are done. That'll live right up here like so. And then I'll decide that these are too long and I'll probably want to redo them. But they look nice. So it's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. That's gonna look great. All right, now that I got those coolant lines done, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can fish the radiator out of the trunk, slide it in there. I don't think I'll necessarily attach it or anything like that, but I need to start measuring the hoses from what comes off this Y pipe here and then what size the actual radiator hoses are on the radiator, because I'll have to have a few adapters from here on out. So let's see if I can fish that out of the trunk. Oh boy, I got some work to do here. Oh, no I don't. Look at that. It's on top of the trunk. I knew that. Oh boy, it's full of rubber. Wow. Okay, good as new. Okay, so another great thing about this swap, you don't have to upgrade your cooling system at all. It's more than enough to support the swap. Oh yeah. Let me just get along. Sure. Yeah. I like it. Where are you from? You look important. You just hang out right there. All right. 1 3/8. What is that in millimeters? I'll have to do some conversion. Yeah. Okay. Not terrible. And then obviously still waiting on that J pipe so I can connect it to the rest of the radiator. But yeah, looking good. That's progress. Slow and steady. I think it's time to call it a night. All right, well, that's some progress. Not as much as I wanted probably, but I was able to get those coolant lines done, and those were probably the biggest time ones as far as labor. The rest is going to be mostly rubber and easy stuff. So glad that's done. Radiator's back in the car, just sitting there, but we get an idea of what the cooling system is going to look like. I mean, can you believe how much room is there? Look at that. You can see the front edge of the wheels here. Ooh, where is it? Right there. That's the tire. The nose of the crank is about even with the center line of the front tire. I mean, that's great weight distribution. Next, I'll have to finish up the cooling system still. I got to pick up some hoses with some 90 degrees and some 15-degree bends to go from the J pipe to the other side of the radiator. A couple more 90s, you know, things to figure out from there. Also, we'll have to get rid of this throttle cable. We got a new one. And then, last but not least, we'll have to start doing some wiring. Yeah, definitely putting that off to the end. But yeah, progress is progress. Good day in the garage.